Kotalaha Atalahu. Great piece. I have right here in front of me a part definition in double waste and double complaint, page 392, Black Laws First Edition. Double rent. Take a good look at that. So we know, according to Maxim, which is the preferred law, which is basic law, which is universal law, if we have two laws that need to be interpreted, the older law is preferred. So we have a common understanding in America that people here speak English, and that is not true. People here, they speak English or Anglo or Angola. And if you speak a language that is commonly understood to be English or English, you would have to be someone that is along the lines of a professional or someone who indulges in the tradings that is required to be or giving service, someone who is required to be in a profession. So that would be like a CEO, CFO, treasurer, someone who is in a strict position, who have to play the part, if you will. All right, so I'm going to look at this, and I'm just going to turn the page randomly and find another part in this book to go over. All right, so let's start with double rent. Right here. In English law. In English law. Now we know you have Old English law and you have English law. All right, so if you have Old English law and you have English law, who is the English? It can't be us. So we're at a point right now in America where we have the English running everything and the Old English don't have anything to run, and they're being told what to do, and they're being cheated out of their living. They're being cheated out of their livelihood. So let's go on. In English law, rent payable by a tenant who continues in possession after the time for which he has given notice to quit until the time of his quitting possession. So if you are in America, 9 times out of 10, you rent. The 1% doesn't rent. So you can be someone who rents a lease, or you can be someone who rents a mortgage. So either way, you're renting. So the thing we want to do is help our people get out of the position of having to rent. We don't want our people renting anymore. We want our people owning things, and we want our people, if they have to rent out, we want them renting to and not from. So that's where we're at right now. And the only people who are taking this nature into being, who's going full throttle with it, who's challenging the powers that be, are people who describe themselves as Moors. All right, so that's where we're at right now. And that is double rent. So I wanted to point out right there, it says in English law. So if you're English, you're Englishman. All right, you shouldn't be necessarily, or in a sense, giving orders to the old English out of despisement. That's something you shouldn't be doing. Like you should be given the keys back at this point. There's been enough referendums. There's been enough agendas. There's been enough lectures. At this point, it's quite obvious who's the culprit, and it's quite obvious who's the victim. So let's turn the page, and let's see what we have. I want to find something that we can go over. All right, this is something that I like right here. Endowment policy and life insurance, a policy which is payable when the insured reaches a given age or upon his decease if that occurs early. All right. So this means if you are insured, you will receive a payout if the other person that is insured, being you or someone else, reaches a given age or reaches deceased. All right, and right below it you have enemy. So again, all of this makes sense. So like you can be like in our situation as Moors, as in Hebrew Israelites, as in whatever we want to describe ourselves as, according to international law. Every person is owed a name, and they're also have a right to a nationality, right? So as we can see right here, enemy. Who is our enemy? Our enemy is the, United States Congress, right? United States Congress. So our enemy is United States Congress. And it says right here, when they are deceased and we reach a given age, we are supposed to collect on our endowment policy. Endowment. What does endowment mean? Opening of the mind. So we're supposed to receive whatever it is that we are supposed to receive. We're supposed to receive something. And obviously, right below it, enemy, United States Congress, the enemy. And we're insured. We're a beneficiary. We're citizens. We're nationals. We're supposed to collect on that endowment. We're payable. We've reached a given age. All right, so it says an enemy in public law signifies either the nation which is at war with another or a citizen or subject of such nation. So they had this in mind when they was writing this book, or when they was writing this transcript. They had this in mind. They said, okay, we're going to put enemy right under endowment policy. So it doesn't take a genius to figure that out. Callow, great piece.